now that time has gone by and I've lost so many people in my family, my mother and my father, the most important people that could ever was in my life, are gone. My grandma and grandpa, my mother's mother and father. I don't know. I've been thinking about my grandma a lot lately. I know I did those couple stories telling about her. I've just really been thinking about my grandma. I think that's when people, you know, are trying to contact you. I believe that from the other side. I do. We live on. I believe that God made this earth and us so we see our loved ones again. Because to me, if we don't, there's going to be a big jip and I'm going to have some problems. And I'm going to have a one-on-one with God. But I believe in my God that He's not going to let me down. That life is everlasting. And it gets better. I think we go through all this crap and this hard life on this plane. And then when we get to heaven, it gets better. And we understand everything. And everything makes sense. And nothing is hard anymore. And we have just love and happiness. Because doesn't everybody just want love and happiness? I mean, truly, don't we just all want to be loved and have happiness? Isn't that what we all strive for? I mean, so many people are got so many guards and so many. I see it in the world, and I never knew this when I was younger because I was an only child and I was so sheltered that people are so guarded. Don't let nobody in. Don't let nothing. And I hate that. I just have a hard time with that. And that's why I always get hurt. And that's why I'm always bitching about everybody, because I am all about love and giving. And I get hurt quite easily. And I don't know how to change that because that's just who I am. But I miss, and I just want to put this out there, and you know, I got millions and millions of more videos to make, but I just wanted to take a minute and send this to you guys and make you think too. I remember going to the lake on Thanksgiving. My grandparents lived in Anchor Bay Drive, right on the lake, on the water, and right before Algonac. So I grew up with great memories of that beautiful house my grandfather built. My dad, my uncle Philip, and my dad and my grandpa helped them build that beautiful big house. And it was right on the lake, and we waved everybody when they'd go by in the water. But I remember my dad used to sing a lot of times and be goofy and funny. On the way to Grandma's house, we go through the snow. Or what's that song? I don't even know. It's that Christmas song. Wait. On the way to Grandma's house, we go through the snow. I can't remember it no more. What's wrong with me? I'll remember it when I get off here. I'll remember it. Through the lake and through the woods off to Grandma. Somebody's put it on here because I can't remember the name of the song or how it goes. But he used to sing that and we'd be driving because it took about 40 minutes, between 45 minutes to get to my grandma's house. It wasn't that close. I remember back in the day when I was little, my mom would call my grandma, and it was considered long distance, and she got in trouble every month because her phone bill was $1 million to my grandma, and it was fights every month about it, like $200 and $300 phone bills. But that's all my mom had. Her sister lived on the next street, but she loved to talk. She loved her mom. She was a mama's girl, and there's nothing wrong with that. My grandma was her friend, and just like my mom was my friend. I got gypped out, though. I always look at it as I got gypped. My mom had my grandma, so my grandma was in her 90 years old when she passed away. And my mom passed away when I was 45. I felt like an orphan. There was so much more of my life I wanted to share with my mother and my father, and I couldn't do it. And I'll never forget that. It's not like I'm mad at God or anything. It's just, it hurts. It just hurts. And I'm sure there's so many more people that had it way worse. They lose their mother and father when they're little kids. You know, like look at even old raggedy-ass Madonna lost her mother when she was a little girl. And she said now when she almost died this last time, she had sympathy. boy, it's pretty ridiculous it took you that long to have sympathy for your mother being sick in the hospital and dying from cancer. So she put a big picture of her on her in the concert. I think that, all her stupid shit and her touring and half nakedness and all that dumb crap, I think that maybe rang a bell on her and waked her up a little to see what is important in life. Your family and your friends and people who are good to you. That's what life's all about. It really is. And her mother was a beautiful lady. That's a shame, And my mother, I lost her at 42. Madonna lost her mother when she's 7 or 8 years old. It's just very hard either way. I mean, I know I was a grown woman and I was married, but it just killed me that I lost my mom. But I remember the Thanksgivings going to my grandma's house, and it was so much fun, and the food was so good. And my grandma kept trying to push herself to have big Thanksgiving because it was me, my mom and dad, my aunt, my 2 cousins, and my uncle. That was 7 people, plus my grandma and grandpa. It was 9 people. That's a lot of people to cook for when you're old. And my grandma cooked the whole entire meal. And my dad was really raised good. He would always help wash the dishes or we would wash dishes, my mom and my dad, and I would help. One of us would always be helping out. Just the right way to be. So yeah, it's just, I had really good memories, just really good memories of eating that good food and everybody just being there, just happy to be around my cousins. That really made me happy to see my 2 cousins and my aunt and my uncle. Oh, I correct my name. My uncle, one special memory I have of my Uncle Philip passed, and I will never ever, ever, ever forget this my whole life. Every Christmas, he bought us the storybook of Lightsavers. Lightsavers has a storybook, and there's one of each kind of flavor in the storybook. There's like 10 of them. I'll never forget that. That was his thing. He bought me one, his 2 kids one every year at Christmas. And I always just loved, I don't know, I just love that. I'll never forget that, Uncle Philip. I love you for that. My ear is itching. Oh my gosh. It's like I'm going to rip it apart and put a toothpick in there and just start jabbing it. But that was always a special memory I had of my Uncle Philip. A good memory, And just being out that lake, being with people I loved, sharing food with people you love. There really is a science to that. What I'm trying to say in layman's terms, sharing food with people you love is a beautiful thing. Think about it. It really is happy. You don't even have to talk that much. Sharing food with people you love, I think that's why God does it. It's a beautiful thing. And I just wanted to have you guys think of good memories you had on Thanksgiving and tell me, share some with me, or something funny, or maybe something sad happened. I remember one Thanksgiving, our freaking hot water tank blew up downstairs. We had it at home. Now, this is after my uncle had passed away and our whole fucking world had changed. Nothing was ever the same after my Uncle Philip passed away. Our hearts were all destroyed. It just destroyed our family because we just loved him, and it just hurted us so bad. It destroyed a lot. It really did. And then my Uncle Larry came in the picture and things started to mend. My Uncle Larry, my aunt's second husband, he was a great guy. Great guy, good guy. Couldn't ask for any better. And I was there when he was passing away, and I loved my Uncle Larry too. But yeah, I'll never forget that ruined our Thanksgiving. So yeah. But there's a lot of good memories, and I'm challenging you guys, all my people who have subscribed to Lisa Sharing Life Stories with you. Tell me some good or funny or what maybe bad happened on your Thanksgivings. I love you all. God bless you all. And I challenge you to open your heart and think and be with people you love and forget the bad things they do and just accept people for who they are this year. That's because life is so fleeting and short, okay? Can you do that for me? And come on here, subscribe, and tell me a little bit about your life and your things you treasure. Have a great day. God bless you all. Bye.